Hey guys, wait a second. Today I'm going to show you 5 products that look totally normal but are actually designed to quietly steal your money. Number 1. Printer ink cartridges, the Trojan horse on your desk. Let's kick things off with one of the most infamous ripoffs in the modern home, the printer ink cartridge. The whole business model is a masterclass in deception. You see a shiny new printer on sale for a ridiculously low price. You think, wow, what a bargain, and you take it home. But here's the catch. You didn't just buy a printer, you just signed up for a very expensive subscription. You've fallen for the lost leader trick. Here's how they get you. The real product isn't the printer, it's the ink. Companies sell the printer itself at a loss or pretty close to it because they know once you have it, you're trapped. This plays on a powerful psychological quirk called anchoring bias. They anchor your idea of value to that super low price of the printer, so when it's time to buy the outrageously expensive ink, your brain doesn't scream "scam" as loudly as it should. And trust me, it's a scam. The markups on ink can be massive, sometimes reaching thousands of % over the actual cost of the liquid inside. But it gets even sneakier. The cartridges themselves are little marvels of manipulative engineering. They're often armed with special chips and digital rights management, or DRM. That's the same tech used to stop movie piracy, but here it's used to stop you from using cheaper third-party ink. If you dare try a non-official cartridge, the company can push a firmware update to your printer that remotely blocks it, giving you that dreaded "cartridge not recognized" error. In fact, HP has faced multiple class action lawsuits for pushing these kinds of updates, creating a monopoly on their own ink. The cartridges are also notorious for claiming to be empty when there's still plenty of usable ink left, forcing you to buy a new one way too early. They hook you with the cheap printer, then they bleed you dry, one tiny, overpriced droplet at a time. So what's the solution? It's simple. Break out of the inkjet prison. The next time you need a printer, ignore the temptation of that cheap upfront cost. Instead, invest in a laser printer. Yes, the toner cartridges cost more at first, but they can print thousands of pages, bringing your cost per page way down. For those needing color, look at an ink tank printer. These have refillable reservoirs you top up with bottles of ink, which is dramatically cheaper than buying new cartridges. You will save a fortune in the long run and escape their manipulative game for good. Number 2. Coffee pods, the high cost of convenience. Next up is an item that has completely taken over our kitchens, the single-serve coffee pod. Keurig, Nespresso, they've built empires by selling us on the dream of a perfect, hassle-free cup of coffee at the touch of a button. The machines are slick, the pods are colorful, and the whole thing feels like a little piece of affordable luxury. But that feeling is a carefully crafted illusion designed to hide a truly massive markup. Here's the problem. It's not just about convenience. It's about creating a locked-down system. The machines are often built to work only with their own patented, brand-specific pods. This tactic locks you into their ecosystem, creating a dependency that feels an awful lot like a subscription you never meant to sign up for. The marketing geniuses frame this as convenient luxury, which taps into our desire to treat ourselves. That sleek machine and the satisfying ritual of dropping in a pod triggers something called the endowment effect. Once you own the system and make it part of your daily routine, you psychologically value it more. That makes you way more willing to keep paying the ridiculous price for the pods. And that price is staggering when you actually do the math. While a single pod seems cheap, the cost per pound of coffee can be insane, sometimes 4 or 5 times more expensive than a bag of fancy whole bean coffee from a specialty shop. One analysis showed that Nespresso's pricing can be like paying over $50 for a regular bag of coffee. A pod or two a day can easily add up to hundreds, even thousands of dollars a year. You're not paying for coffee, you're paying for convenience in a tiny disposable plastic cup. The solution is to take back your coffee independence. You don't even have to toss your machine. The easiest hack is to buy a reusable coffee pod. It's a small metal or plastic filter cup you can fill with any ground coffee you like. You get the same single-serve convenience, but you're free from their expensive ecosystem. You can buy better coffee for a fraction of the price and cut down on plastic waste. Or go a step further and get a simple French press or a pour-over cone. The ritual is just as satisfying, the coffee is often way better, and the savings are huge. Number 3. Multi-blade razors, a smooth shave, an empty wallet. For decades, we've been sold the idea that when it comes to razor blades, more is always better. 2 blades, 3, 4, 5, even 6 blades with lubricating strips and pivoting heads. The handles feel high-tech and are often sold for cheap, or even given away for free. But the replacement cartridges? That's where they get you. This is the classic razor and blades business model, a strategy so famous it's now a textbook term for what we just saw with printers. The multi-blade arms race isn't really about giving you a better shave, it's about justifying a sky-high price and locking you in. The handles have proprietary connectors, so only their brand of ridiculously expensive cartridges will fit. This kills the competition and forces you into their endless buying cycle. It all works because of a powerful framing effect. The companies market these razors not as simple tools, but as precision grooming systems. The ads, the futuristic packaging, and the ever-increasing blade count all convince you that you're buying superior technology that's worth paying 5 to 10 times what the materials actually cost. On top of that, there's a strong case to be made that these cartridges are engineered to wear out fast. The blades are incredibly thin and surrounded by moisture strips that can cause them to dull quicker. And with 5 blades, if just one gets a little dull or clogged, the performance of the whole expensive cartridge goes down. The result? You're forced to buy a new pack sooner than you should have to. It's not 5 blades for a better shave, it's 5 times the profit for them. The solution is to go old school. It's time to rediscover the safety razor. A high-quality, all-metal safety razor is a buy-it-for-life kind of purchase. And the replacement blades? They're universal, double-edged, and unbelievably cheap. We're talking cents per blade, not dollars per cartridge. You can buy a 100-pack of premium blades for less than a single 4-pack of brand-name cartridges. There's a small learning curve, but once you nail it, you'll get a shave that is just as close, if not closer, with way less irritation because you're using one sharp blade instead of dragging 5 across your skin. You'll save a fortune and escape the cartridge trap forever.
Number 4. Smartphone chargers and cables, the fragile connection. Our fourth product is something millions of us can't live without, the smartphone charging cable. We depend on them every single day, yet we're constantly replacing them. They fray at the neck, they just stop working, and buying a new official one from the manufacturer costs a ridiculous amount of money. This isn't just bad luck, it's often a deliberate strategy. The trap here is a mix of proprietary parts and planned fragility. For years, companies like Apple used exclusive connectors like the Lightning port, creating a walled garden. If you wanted a cable that was guaranteed to work without those annoying error messages, you were pushed to buy their official, heavily marked-up version. This plays on our loss aversion. We're terrified that a cheap third-party cable might fry our $1,000 phone, so we pay the premium for the brand name. The cables themselves are often designed with a built-in weak point right at the connector where all the bending happens. That design pretty much guarantees it will fray and break, forcing you to buy another one. Even as the world shifts toward a universal standard, companies find new ways to carve up the market. They'll introduce special fast-charging technology that only works if you use their branded charger brick with their branded cable. Use anything else and you get slower speeds, nudging you right back into their ecosystem. Thankfully, regulators are fighting back. The EU has now mandated that most new electronics must use the USB-C port. This rule took effect at the end of 2024 for phones and will apply to laptops in 2026, which is a huge win for consumers and the environment. The solution is to buy for quality and embrace the universal standard. Instead of buying the flimsy cheap cables or the overpriced official ones, look for third-party brands that specialize in durability. Find cables that are braided, have reinforced necks, and come with a good warranty. And as USB-C takes over, consolidate. Invest in a single high-quality GAN charger with multiple ports. This one brick can power your phone, tablet, and laptop, often faster than the chargers they came with. You buy one great charger and a few tough cables, and you're set for years.
Number 5. Store-bought alkaline batteries, the power drain. And finally, let's talk about the humble AA battery. You see them in huge packs by the checkout counter, usually on sale. The package screams long-lasting or max power, and it feels like a smart move to stock up. But most of the time, you're just buying into a cycle of waste and repeat spending. The trick with disposable alkaline batteries is all about misleading marketing. Those long-lasting claims are often based on tests in low-drain devices, like a wall clock. But put those same batteries into something that actually needs power, a game controller, a kid's toy, a bright flashlight, and they die incredibly fast. What's worse is that alkaline batteries have a nasty habit of leaking corrosive acid as they discharge, which can completely destroy the electronics you put them in. So that value pack of batteries could end up costing you the price of a brand new device. The bulk packaging and special offer signs are also designed to trigger our impulse to grab a deal, making us buy way more than we actually need without thinking about the true cost. They're a one-way ticket to the landfill. The manufacturing consumes massive amounts of resources only for them to be thrown away after one use. The solution is one of the easiest financial and environmental wins you can make. Switch to rechargeable batteries. Yes, the upfront cost is higher for a charger and a set of good nickel metal hydride batteries, but they can be charged hundreds, if not thousands of times. After just a handful of uses, you're already saving money compared to buying disposables. They also provide more consistent power in high-drain devices, and you'll never have that moment of panic when you realize you're out of batteries again. Just pop them on the charger. It's time to stop throwing your money in the trash and start recharging your wallet instead. Printer ink, coffee pods, razors, chargers, batteries. 5 products, 5 traps. The goal of all of them is the same, to make you spend over and over again. But now you know, the power is in your hands. Make smart choices, save your money, and stand up against these tricks. Which other products do you think are secretly draining our wallets? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video helpful, share it.